Good morning. I know nobody's up right now because we're 7 hours ahead, so that means that it is 1:30 a.m. Central Time, 2:30 Eastern Time, and I know that nobody's really up right now, but anyway, we're going to get on a train this morning in about an hour and a half, and I did a load of laundry last night, which I was very excited about. Again, it's all about the little things. And did I ever tell you guys that one of my dreams in retirement is to have my own website that is all about travel and just tips just to help people out, people who want to travel more, but they're a little scared and they don't know what to expect when they leave the United States. And I kind of got started with leading student groups from the Woodlands High School. Actually, I just went along as a chaperone one time, and after that I was pretty much hooked. And then I realized, you know what? This is not hard at all. Anybody can do it. So, what I was going to say today is I did laundry last night. And one of the things that was really exciting, it's all about the little things, right? Well, one of the things I got to wash last night was my washcloth, okay? So before I go to Europe, before I pack up and go to a foreign country, is I count the number of hotels that we're going to be at, and I pack that number of washcloths. So I just go to Walmart or Sam's or wherever. They're cheap. You don't want anything nice for sure. And then after you use the washcloth, because it's usually still wet, washing your face that morning or that evening before or whatever, and you have to catch an early flight, I just leave the washcloth behind as my gift to them. And I don't know what it is about European hotels, but they're really horsey about washcloths. If you're staying in a nicer hotel, you might get one, but chances are if it's just like a 3-star hotel, they don't do it. And when I ask, like in France one time, I remember asking for a washcloth because I was desperate. It was like my first time in Europe, and I didn't know. that not having washcloths was a normal thing. The answer I got was it's a hygiene issue of people washing their face and washing their bum. And what a cop out, right? I mean, because so everything is a hygiene issue in a hotel, whether it's your regular bath towel, your hand towel. Because you know what I did? I ended up using the hand towel to wash my face because I was that desperate. I was like, I need a washcloth on my face to wash the grime off of my face. So, and that was before I discovered Rodan Fields anyway. But still, even with Rodan Fields, I want a washcloth on my face to rinse off the exfoliator or whatever I put on. So, one of the tips that I could tell you is always bring your washcloths. Now, the first hotel that we stayed in Barcelona had two washcloths. Now in America, if you're paying attention, they'll usually have like 4. Not that you use all of them, but one of the things that my family does is we spread out one of those washcloths on the sink, on the vanity, and we put our toothbrushes and our toothpaste on that. And if we have mouth guards, Mike and I both have mouth guards. And so we put those on there, usually in their cases and whatnot. But anyway, it's just like a good kind of homing point, and they're not just sitting on the counter. So this place only had 2. So we spread out one of the washcloths, and then the other one I put it in the shower so that when I took a shower, I'd have a washcloth for my face. Well, and of course I get makeup on it, and I try to rinse it off the best I can. But at home, I've never had a problem with my makeup coming off in the wash. So anyway, I don't know if I made the maids mad. I don't know what happened. And I always try to leave a tip, but my problem in Europe is half the time, actually more than half the time, when I leave a tip on the pillow, which is where you're supposed to leave it, unless they leave an envelope or something, which they never do in Europe because they're really not that big on tips, they'll just leave it there. They won't take it. So you can't, unless you just leave and you leave it there at the end, you can do that too. So anyway, they took the washcloth and they didn't replace it. They replaced every other towel, even though we hung them up because we don't have a problem using towels more than once. But they did not replace that washcloth. So then I very carefully took everything off the washcloth we had on the vanity, and I used that one the second night, and I put a hand towel out, and I put all of our stuff on the hand towel. So then the second on the third day or whatever, after the second day of cleaning, they took the second washcloth and didn't replace it. So then I was left with no washcloth. So anyway, I had to pull out one of my even though we called down and we asked, still when they brought up this big pile of towels, and they brought the floor mat thing. Anyway, it was so small, I thought it was a washcloth, but she was gone before I realized this isn't a washcloth. This is like a floor mat thing. Ugh. talk about a hygiene issue. And we were very clear about what we wanted. My husband, Mike and Matthew both speak Spanish, so it wasn't like there was a communication problem. So anyway, my tip for you today for travel is always bring extra cheap washcloths that you can leave behind. And the cool thing is because I got to do laundry last night at this Airbnb, I have it to throw back in my overnight bag and use it again, even though I have plenty. But if I come home with washcloths, all great, because I just put them back in the closet and use them for the next trip, and it works great. And that's one of the tips I've always told the kids when I was at the Woodlands, and they always really appreciated it. The girls, the guys, they're just a bunch of slobs, but sorry guys, it's true. So anyway, we have a great morning ahead. We're headed to Deladeo, and talk to you later. Bye.